Protection. Protection is important, but people can tend to rather anxiously cling to protection as being a specific form of visualization or guided meditation. This explicit part of protection is often overemphasized, and the implicit part of protection is often underemphasized. Yet I find there are two implicit factors that contribute to your protection that once you have them really firmly established, mean that any visualization or meditation that you do becomes pretty much an optional extra. So some people do seem quite concerned with finding the perfect exercise or words and feeling concerned if they don't have that. So I want to bring up these 2 points just to add some real clarity and some confidence that people can maintain throughout the spirit releasement process. So there are 2 key factors to implicit protection that are really going to do by far the most of the work for you. So factor 1 is what I'd call right mindfulness. This is an awareness of what you are doing and not doing things that create vulnerability so that you maintain appropriate boundaries and behaviors. It's as much what we don't do that protects us the most. As a spirit releasement practitioner, it probably becomes even more important to look at your lifestyle, to avoid excess alcohol or drugs, to avoid low emotional states, to avoid anger, be careful about extreme stress, to avoid being over-interested in the spirit world, and to avoid dabbling in the occult or anything that you may even rationalize as a sort of a white magic. Avoid making any deals, inviting any attachments. Avoid naively trying to help spirits or get involved with them in any way that doesn't involve specifically releasing them, sealing the boundaries, and ending the communication. And don't get drawn into emotions like anger, fear, or hate. So this is one of the important reasons why we have a non-confrontational approach. We could easily get angry at the spirits that have attached and hurt our clients and feel that they're wrong, we're right, and that we are good people and that we hate those bad people or beings or spirits. All of these emotions are absolutely counterproductive to your ability to maintain that calm, clear, confidence, at peace state that we want to have when we're doing spirit releasement. We're lions, we're cool, calm, we've got all the power, and we don't get drawn into the emotional games of the spirits. But if you feel that these emotions are going to get the better of you, that you will fall prey to fear or get angry, then perhaps being a spirit releasement therapist isn't for you. I hope that as you go through this course, any of those fears, any of those angers will be resolved. And part of that can just be through the realizations and insight you get as the true nature of reality just doesn't warrant or justify anger or fear in any way. So when you're driving, right mindfulness means paying attention to the road, not getting distracted, not playing with the radio, not driving drunk, not inviting a bunch of hitchhikers into your car, not getting into some sort of play fight while you're supposed to be driving. So implicit part of protection too is right understanding, knowledge and self-confidence. So we can look at the background beliefs and presuppositions around the concept of protection. When we say, I need protection, that implies a bit of a background anxiety, which to me implies a lack of knowledge of reality, which is we don't need to be afraid. We are the powerful one. We can dig into it. Be protected from what? The implication is something more powerful than myself. Well, in my view, there isn't something more powerful than the light, which is what I'm aligned with. So instead of some sort of darting, anxious inner monologue going inside in the back of my head, I'm more likely to have phrases like, I am strong. I am already and always protected. I am safe and aligned with the ultimate power and reality of the universe, which is the light. So to use the car metaphor, for me, spirit releasement is about as easy as going down a completely empty country road that's about as wide as an airstrip takeoff. There is nothing to crash into, there is no other people, and you have to drive in a straight line for a couple of K to get to your end result. Head off in the direction, follow the GPS, use common sense, you'll get there. So with that said, there can be a part of protection which could be right meditation. So that can be these visualizations, these guided meditations. So as part of the car metaphor, to me, with all of that said, and yet if you wanted to put on your seatbelt and say a few prayers before you set out on that drive, you could do that. Once you have those other two conditions locked in, you're about as safe as you can be anyway. Now, some of this is easy for me to say. I've had experiences that initiated me into spirit releasement therapy, that you want to do that guided visualization and meditation until you get to the point where you feel that that ultimate strength is embedded in you. Then sure, do the exercises. But I'd suggest meditate on and focus on and know that you're going to come to a point, if not now, and you may be much closer to that than you think, where you'll have the right mindfulness. If you haven't got the right mindfulness, maybe look at some lifestyle changes, and the right understanding that can come pretty quickly with a little bit of experience. So that's something you can work on, you can build on. And I think by the time when you get to the end of this course, you'll also have a competence. You'll be competent in knowing the skills and techniques, and that'll help really grow your confidence as well. So now we're going to go on to what exactly some of these protection tools are. Some of the guided visualizations, the meditations, the protection prayers that you can say, and these are things that you can teach your client. They may legitimately have fear, anger, hate, all of these difficult emotions, stress. So part of your job is to help them manage those emotions and to build them up to the point where at the end of their program of sessions, they too can have that lion-like confidence. But until then, these protection tools do become very valid and very useful to help get them towards these ingrained implicit stages. So next, we're going to look at some specific protection tools.